How are you guys doing? Welcome to another episode of Bookie's Place. And you know what we do here. We don't talk about the glit or the glam. We talk about the grit and the grind. And we bring your favorite people to share their stories so that they can practically equip you with tools and resources that you need to do destiny. And today in the building, I have the one and only Benga Adeyinka the first. So ladies and gentlemen, drum roll for Ace Comedian TVOs, Benga Adeyinka. Yes, yes, y'all.
Yo,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I don't know if I should talk to you like Bookie in Nigeria or Bookie the American right now. So where do we start?
My Bookie America,
Or Bookie kilo shell and kilo apple. Or is it, yo, Bookie, what's up, man? How's it going?
I don't really know. Maybe your British accent or your American
No,
accent.
no. You see, the problem with accents and that is sometimes I sound
You know they
Spanish.
go to.
Sometimes I sound Mexican. Sometimes sometimes I use the Chinese American accent. But no way to way accent Godesha.
Good day. Listen, welcome to Bookie's Place. Thank you so much for joining us. I know
Thank you for
that
having me, Bookie.
you're
You know
welcome.
what? I just left the bakery and I decided if I say I should go home, it's gonna be crazy. So I'm packed somewhere and
Are you
I'm packed
safe
somewhere.
though?
And I said, let's do this because
Oh
you
man, I
deserve.
appreciate that.
Come on, you
Appreciate
deserve
that.
you deserve way more than this. And I just realized that I miss Instagram Live. I miss it so much.
We
So
miss you too.
because of what you've done, I'm gonna start again next week Sunday. I'll do a weekly from Sunday.
Good. Because whatever platform we have, we cannot. Though you see, you know how voting is. When you don't vote because you don't care, you're automatically giving that vote to the next person.
Word,
So
word.
when we say we're not using our platform because we're taking our power and giving it to those that are contaminating the next generation in a negative way. So even if it's 5 people that's here, 10 people, we can effect change from where we are. So please come back.
Um,
Yes.
we're back. We're back. We're back. We're
Back.
back.
We're
Yes,
back.
so
Welcome to Bookie's Place. So this is how it works. I prefer the light that was on before though.
okay, prefer this.
Yeah, this is much better.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So this is how it works here. You will tell us your story from beginning. In a world where everybody is talking about the glitz, the glam, and things that don't matter, this next generation are just building their life on boxes and sand and things that will never last forever. I mean, look at you. You sent me, Uncle Benga, you are Uncle Benga. You sent me a text. You said, I'm ready when you are. RMD came here and said the same thing. Faladro Toye said the same thing. Somebody hear me? They were like, I'm ready, seated. And I'm
No, the
chasing
truth of
young
it,
generation. I'm chasing
the
the
truth,
wrong.
the truth of it,
Mm-hmm.
the truth of it is, what is worth doing at all is worth doing well.
What doing well?
If you're not going to do something, don't commit to it. And you also have to understand. And somebody said this so succinctly. It was on my page. The person said, people see the glory, but
I
they don't
don't know
see the
the
pain.
story.
They
Mm.
don't see the pain. They see the glory. They don't know the story. For every successful human being out there, there's been days of little beginnings. For
Yeah.
every, for every, oh my God, Obama. Oh, I love Obama. Oh, I love this guy. There's been days when that guy has said, man, maybe I should just let all these
I'm
things
giving up.
go and just let it be. So let me tell you my story.
Mm.
I'll start from the very beginning. My name is Benga Denka. Um, Now I won't add the first because the place I'm starting from is way before the first.
Pre
I
the
was born
first.
I was born in Lagos. I started
Mm-hmm.
living with my grandmother. My grandmother and my mother at a very young age. I think I was barely 1 year old when I started living with my mother and grandmother. For a long time I didn't even know that my mom was my mom. I thought my grandmother was my mom because I lived in a communal home, in a communal setting where we all called my grandma mommy. And my mom, being the first child, was called sister. So till tomorrow, I'm more comfortable calling my mom sister. Even when she died and I did an eulogy for her, it was sister I wrote on it. That shows you how far. My book is coming out very soon. You read all this, but let me just give you a little snippet. So, but one thing my grandmother did, we were not very poor, and I'm not saying this with any form of pride. I grew up in Surulere. I grew up on Ogunlano Drive, Akerele
Mm.
Junction. There's a place they call
Wow.
Boscona. They call Boscona. In those days, Molue buses used to turn at that junction to go to CMS. So they used to call the place Bus Corner. It was later they changed it to Bus Corner, but it was Bus
Mm.
Corner. And
Is
that
that
was my
near
father.
Dolphin Studios? It sounds like somewhere near Dolphin Studios.
Yes. Somewhere near Dolphin. Ogulano Drive.
Yes.
Ogulano Drive, Akirili. That place where you
Yes.
turn, that's Boscona.
Wow.
So
Mm.
I grew up there, but one thing my grandmother always told us is that, see, there's nothing for me to do for you guys other than give you education.
Education.
Nothing. So she made sure I went to the best schools in this country. I left home at a very young age to go to one private nursery school. I don't know what I did to them, but they sent me to one private nursery school in Arigbajo. That was on the way to Ogun State. One
Mm.
day, my grandmother, who was a building contractor, had a project in Abeokuta. She was going to Abeokuta, stopped over to see me. I don't know if you know what they call kuruno. It's called
There's eczema.
eczema. I had it
Yeah.
all over my body, and she said, "Eh." That was the day she carried me, brought me back to Lagos. So from there, I was enrolled in Monluka Nursery School. From Monluka Nursery School, I went to Government College Arifmo Surulere. From Government College Arifmo Surulere, I went to the International School Ibadan. From the International School Ibadan, I went to the University of Lagos, studied English. But you see, I've always believed when they say that God has deposited something in all of us, that is going to make you great. I've always, that is my fervent belief. That's why I keep telling people that no matter what you study, no matter what you read, no matter what circumstance you find yourself, if you want to truly discover yourself, you need to sit down. At that time when it's just you and you alone, dig into the deep recess of your heart. Think, connect, and commune with your God. You will know what gift He has given to you. For some people, it's the gift of sewing. You don't go to any sewing school and you know how to cut, you know how to sew. That's your gift. For some people, it's the gift of gab. Before you say anything, people are laughing. For some people, is football. Someone like JJ Okocha would train like any other person, but do more than any other person. So, and these things don't just happen by mistake. I remember that when I was in Form 3, in Form 3, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. The only things I knew was that I was in love with one of my teachers. She was teaching us CRK, and because of her, she was teaching us CRK from year 1, from Form 1 rather. And because of her, because I loved her, I was the best student in BK. From Form 1, I was the one always collecting Bible. From 1, from 2, from 3, from 4, up until I left secondary school, because I loved her. So, her husband was a major in the army. He was Major Idada. And yesterday, I hope she's not listening. So I felt, maybe if I study law and I join the army, and she would fall in love with me. So at that point in my life, I told myself, okay, I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be a lawyer, but I won't go to a university. I'll go to the Defense Academy. From the Defense Academy, I'll study law and all that. Then she started teaching us literature. So I became very good at literature too. I started reading. That's where I got my desire to read. I started reading like an idiot because I wanted to impress her. Then she went back to BK and they brought a teacher. By then, they brought Professor Mrs. Omuegun. She's in Unilag now. By then, I'd caught the bug of literature.
Yeah.
So we were to put a play together. The Gods Are Not to Blame by Olarusi. And that changed my life completely. In fact, I have The Gods Are Not to Blame in my head.
Lines.
From the first word to the last word. The journey of man begins at birth. It's made then that a play begins with the birth of a child. The place is in the land of Kutuje. A baby has just been born to King Adetusa and his wife, King Rojola, the king and queen of this land. It is their first baby. So, so I
saw it. I saw the story. I saw it live. Yes, I remember.
I took part in the play, and I told myself, oh my God, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. This is what I was born to do. So, all through secondary school, I was acting. I was in the Literary and Debating Society. I was then I was playing football. I loved football with a passion. But growing up, football was a no-no in my family. In fact, I can conveniently say that they beat the football out of my body. They beat the football out. But they couldn't beat the love for the arts. And the fact that I loved, in quotes now, to be a nuisance. In class, I always wanted to make people laugh. In class, I always wanted to I was always mischievous, like in class I'll go, then I'll shut up. Who is that? And because we're all boys, nobody will want to snitch. So the teacher will tell all of us to come out and kneel down. Do you understand? That was me. That was the happy-go-lucky guy. Then I started living. One of my uncles came from. Okay, I started living with my auntie. My wala was too much, so my auntie took me back to my grandmother. My uncle came back from the US and said, they were all of the opinion that my grandmother was spoiling me. So my uncle came to do Van Damme, picked me, took me to his place. And I can say that man too changed my life because he came with a huge library from America. I read everything readable because it would never let me go out. So I read everything readable from Roots to Martin Luther King Jr. to the story of all the greats. And this put me in more trouble because I continued loving literature. I read Roots in I think primary 6 or Form 1. I'd read Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, George Washington, all the autobiographies that he brought. So when it was time, but I kept playing football. And my uncle kept telling me, young man, you can do better than this. And that is why it's good for us to have an influence in our lives. No matter how busy you are, you must be there for your children. I think the problem of this generation we keep complaining about is our fault. We're too busy looking for money. We're too busy not telling our children. I'm not ashamed to say this. I won't be comfortable if my son turns out like Naira Marley. But it will be my fault. Because I did not tell him, young man, this is not who we are. Every family has who they are. You should be able to tell your children, this is who we are.
Our identity, yes.
This is our identity. This is what we do in our family. He would always tell me, This is not the Adeyinka spirit. Our families, you will tell me our story. You will tell me how our family migrated. You know how Americans are with African stories.
Mm-hmm.
How they are so proud of their heritage and all that. That see, we're a
Mm-hmm.
family of warriors. You are a prince. Princes don't do this. They don't do that. You are a role model in society. You are a this and that and that and that. So he built me a foundation. And at that point, I was playing so much football, I was failing. I was coming like 12th, 13th in a class of 30 people. 12th, 13th, sometimes 15th. And so he sat me down when I got to Form 3 and said, young man, let's have an agreement. If you don't come between 1st and 10th, I'm going to make you repeat this class.
Uncle Benga, there's a buzz. There's a buzz.
Oh, there's a buzz?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you very well, but there's a hum, like a buzz.
I hope it's not the... Is it gone
No,
now?
no, no.
Is it
Yeah,
gone?
I think. Oh, is your car on?
Yeah, my car was on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No
Yeah,
problem. So
that
let
was
me...
it.
But I hope it won't kill my battery because I was charging my battery too. So
Okay.
in those days, I used to steal money to buy meat pie. There was one scarred meat pie in my school that I used to steal money to buy. But when he caught, there was a day he caught me and he said, you know what, young man, I won't beat you. Sit down, let's talk. Do you understand?
Mm.
That man changed my life. He said, sit down, let's talk. How do you feel? Do you feel happy that you've stolen money and I caught you? How does it make you feel, he will sit, at
Fulfilled.
that young age, he will sit down with me and reason with me like an adult.
Mm.
So that changed my life. He would tell me things like, okay, young man, let's talk man to man. Sit down. Did you do this or not? Initially, I'll tell him lies. He will now say, okay, you know what? Go back, go and think about it, then come back. Go back, go and think about it. When I get that, I'll tell him the truth. I'll say, you know what? I'm going to have to beat you. But this and this and this and this and this is what,
The
and
reasons.
that changed my life. I think as parents now, or as intending parents, we owe our children the duty of, if we can't be there 90% or 100% of the time, because obviously, because of the economic situation and all that, we should take advantage of every opportunity we have to tell them who we are, to tell them what the family stands for. Because there's so much bad influence out there. It takes the grace of God for a person not to go astray. I know how many times I was offered Indian hemp on campus. But my grandmother, till tomorrow, I keep saying that I think my grandmother is a witch. Because the only thing she will tell you is, rántí ọmọ ẹni tí wọ́n ń ṣe o. Rántí ọmọ ẹni tí wọ́n ń ṣe o. In English, remember the child of whom you are. So every time such opportunity comes up, the first thing that comes to my mind is, rántí ọmọ ẹni tí wọ́n ń ṣe o. So first term, I came 15th. He called me second time and said, young man, if you don't come between 1st and 10th, you are going to repeat this class. And I was very popular in school. Second term, I came like 18th or 20th. So he now called me, took me to the principal and said, sir, Benga and I have agreed that if he does not come between 1st and 10th, he's going to repeat this class. And my principal, God rest his soul, said, Benga, is that true? I don't know what he expected me to say. Maybe I would have said,
No, it's not.
No, I'm not alone. It's a lie. Then I would have gone to his house instead of my uncle's house. When the youth school, I was in government college, Eric Moore, at this point. So at that point, third time I came 10th because I knew it was serious. So I started reading and I came 10th. And he said, oh, for you to be able to come 10th, that means you can do more. And your percentage is low. His favorite sentence in that days, you are not competing against boys in government college. You are competing against boys in King's College, in St. Finbar's. That was his favorite sentence. And I hated him at that point in time. I really hated him because he made me repeat Form 3. And all the boys I was punishing, all the younger boys came up to me. But guess what that did to me? Made me serious. I came first term, first, second term, and first, third term. And that changed my life. So if you don't have something to jolt you,
shock therapy.
If you don't have shock therapy, you might never get it right. So what did I do? I now decided I was going to read law. He was an engineer. He didn't want me to read. He didn't want me to do arts. But me, my brain is science 0. The only science I know is biology. Apart from that, nothing. They took extra teachers for me. There was a day he almost killed me at home. Like, then he gave me a lot of attention. When I come back from school, I was not his son, but was more of a father to me. He will ask me, so what did you guys do in school today? He will tell me, give me your notes. I'll give him my notes. I'll say, okay, so what did you do? What did you do in school today? You say, what's refraction? I'll say, they've not taught us. You say,
is it not?
But you are the one that wrote it here. I say, oh, one power. He will tell me to go, then come back later. He will tell me to go, then come back later. So this went on until about 1 a.m. 1 a.m. You now said, see, young man. And I can never forget refraction. I think that's the only thing.
Isn't it the light that comes into a glass and then it diverges?
Yes.
When the light comes into...
Refraction is the bending of light.
Yeah, bending of light.
From a medium of higher density
higher to the lower until it's,
That's the only thing I know. That's the only thing I know. And he beat it into me. So I sat for JAMB. I applied for JAMB. I sat for JAMB, applied to be a lawyer. I was picked. My first choice was LASU for law. Second choice, LASU for law. Third choice, LASU for law. So in those days, they used to post JAMB results, or you go to the Oxford in Ikoyi to go and check. So I went. I got admitted for law in LASU. I was so happy. I brought my letter home, showed it to my uncle. That was when LASU first started. My uncle said, law.
LASU.
How? Law. LASU. And LASU did not have hostels in those days. It was an off-campus thing. So I said, you know what? Tomorrow we're going to go on a journey. So he took me to Ikeja High Court. Started driving me, drove me to Ikeja, and started showing me hungry lawyers. Say, that's a lawyer. That one is a lawyer too. That one too is a lawyer. He didn't show me any successful lawyer. He didn't show me any successful lawyer. He showed me all the charge and bail lawyers whose black suits had become grey. So I became disenchanted. Before this, I didn't say. I collected the form of the Nigerian Defense Academy. My grandmother said, lie, if there's school, you are the first person that will plan it. So my dream of joining the army was gone. When JAMB came, my dream of being a lawyer was shattered by my uncle. So I said, okay, what do I do? So I have an auntie in Ibadan, Mrs. Lasaki. She was director of NYC or your state. So she told me to come over. She too wanted to, they were all Van Dams in my family. She too wanted to straighten me out. So she brought me to Ibadan. I was supposed to go to the Ibadan Polytechnic. So she took me to the rector, showed him my results. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I had, I think, 5 A's. I had 5 A's. My result, my WAEC was very good. So he took me to the rector. She took me to the rector and said,
I wanted admission. The rector looked at my result and said, "Why? Why is he coming to a polytechnic with this kind of results?" I know that no, she should not let me come to a polytechnic. That she should let me wait and go to a university, even if it's just 1 year. So I went to the International School Ibadan for my A levels in Ibadan. God caught my family again. I joined the theater troupe. Then I discovered theater arts department in UI. I fell in love with it. When I'm coming back from school, I'll stop over, see stage plays. There was Professor Adeluba. I had white beard. I loved the guy. I loved everything about the stage. So I told myself, whether they like it or like it in my family, I'm going to study theater arts. If they like, let them kill me. Nothing they happen. At this point, my grandmother was dead. She had left money for my education in an account. All my uncles had to do was sign for me to pay. And it was not their money. So I knew this. They knew I
So
knew.
you're a trust fund kid, Uncle Benga.
Yeah, so
Yeah, butty.
No, I'm not butty like that. Too. I'm not butty like that. You can see the way I'm sweating now. The butty sweats. So my friend Rotimi Alo, who it was my best friend in secondary school and the university. I'd gotten admission to Unilag to study architecture. So for his matric, he invited me over. We went to Unilag, and pre matric, we went to see a play called Jambi Toast. It was put together by Theatre 15. We stayed in Aliu Makamabida Hall. That experience was crazy for me. And I told myself that day, I know, this is why I know God loves me. I told myself that day that after the play, that you know what, I'm going to come to Unilag. I asked if they had theater, as he said no. I said, what's the nearest thing to theater? As he said English. I said, okay, I'll study English. I'll stay in Aliu Makamabida Hall in room E309 that my friend was staying in. All this while, nothing. So when GC for Jam Form came out, I didn't tell anybody. I did first choice Unilag English, second choice Unilag English, third choice Unilag English. Lo and behold, I got admitted to study English. Guess what? I was posted to Makamabida Hall. Guess what?
You stayed
when I
in
went
309.
for room allocation, they gave me room E309. I didn't do anything about it. So that's when I realized that I'm a child of grace. Then I joined Theatre 15. And all my life on campus, I was just doing plays. I was doing all that. I was called to do hall weeks, to anchor all dinners, to do a couple of things. And that was how my journey into stand-up comedy. I didn't know it was stand-up comedy then. No. I was just a troublemaker. I had a comrade at arms called Rede Williams. Rede Williams is in Canada now. We called him Bullet back in the days. Rede Williams will blow the saxophone. We were a combo. I will tell jokes. He will blow saxophone. He would ask me a question. We had a routine back in the days. The backing Zuo routine. He will say, Kai, he say, Alaji, good morning. I say, Kai, good morning. He will say, so.
Wow. I hope his battery didn't die because he was trying to. Oh, man. Network really knows how to.
Don't leave me.
Wait. The network. Yes. Okay. So he will blow the sax.
He will blow the sax. Then at intervals, he would ask me questions. We had this routine we called the Bakinzuo routine. Bakinzuo was the governor of Kano in those days. And it was a very funny character. They would ask him about mineral resources. He would mention Coke Fanta and all that. So we turned it into a routine. He would ask me, so Alaji, Can you mention the mineral resources? I say, Kai, my friend. Mineral resources will lie. Mineral resources plenty for Nigeria. We have Coke, we have Panta, we have 7-Up, we have Mirinda. It would ask about the Salt Strait. That's the South Atlantic Long Treaty. I say, Kai, salt.
What to say also?
I say salt. When I salt, I can never talk. Salt inside. So that was our routine. And I left Unilag with a tutu, let my people go. One of my lecturers told me once, she said, Benga, I was in love with her too. I have a bad habit of falling in love with beautiful women. She was Mrs. Lynn.
That are your teachers.
Yeah, so Mrs. Lynn Arabisala. She's probably the most beautiful Caribbean I've ever seen in my life. And because of her, I was very, very, very gentlemanly in our class. When lectures finish, I would carry her books to our office, you know. So she told me once that, Benga, do you know that if you concentrate on your books as much as you concentrate on Theatre 15, you will come out with a first class? I told her, if I graduate with a first class, my family will think I stole the results. So, let's
leave things as they are.
Let's not just calm down. Try to be calming down. Just try to be calming down. So I left Unilag. I was posted to Benue. My auntie was director of NYC, forgot that I was going to serve, so I was posted to Benue. It was my first time outside Lagos, as it were. I'd gone round Nigeria. When I came first in Form 3, my uncle then was the senior bridge engineer for Nigerian Railways. So my reward for doing well was a train trip round Nigeria, an excursion. And that was when I fell in love with Nigeria. You know, when I talk about Nigeria, people think, oh, it's just part of the act. No, I love Nigeria passionately. I went to places as far as Nkalago. We went around Nigeria. It was a train ride for about 15 days. It was crazy. I saw the beauty of Nigeria. This is why till tomorrow, when people say break up Nigeria, I say no, let's not break up Nigeria. Let's restructure Nigeria. Let each state take care of itself. But let's be like a United States of Nigeria. Let Lagos State take care of itself. Every state is blessed enough to grow at its own, with what God has deposited in
resources. Yeah.
There's no poor state in Nigeria. I can say that anywhere in the world. But it's all oil that made us weak. So I went to serve. My auntie forgot I was going to serve, so I went to serve in Benue. I'd never had so much fun in my life. She gave me a letter telling the director, please redeploy the bearer. Is my son. So when I got to camp and I started having fun, I folded the letter, JJ. I hid under my box. I was in the theater group of the camp. I played football for the state. One day we were on parade ground when somebody called my name, Benga Denka. They now called me. The man said, you are supposed to give me a letter. Your sister said you have a letter for me. I said I misplaced it.
Goat has chopped it. Goat has
I told him that I misplaced it. He said, well, they said I should redeploy you to Lagos. I said, I'm not going, no. He said, why? I said, I'm enjoying myself. He said, what will I tell your sister now? I say, I will tell her when I go back to Lagos. So he didn't redeploy me. They posted me to Radio Benue Makodi. And that was how my radio work started. In those days, my brother just came back from the UK. It was a DJ. So I took all his ragamuffin, all his raga LPs back to Benue when I went. And of course, I was I was in charge of reggae time. So I used to start a program like this. I man, ragamuffin soldier. Anytime we come, me no come alone. So rock a pom pom in a rubber dub style. See? I was very big on radio. People will come and see me and say, ah, you are the best, because in those all they did was lege. It was only Bob Marley and Peter Tosh that they played. So I brought Blackie, I brought Daniel Wilson, who I would jam their music, and it was really. Then I came back to Lagos, and reality set in that, Benga, what are you going to do? At that point, I'd become a man. And I told myself very early, because my father left me very early, I told myself that I was going to start a family early and be there with my kids, give them what my father did not give me in terms of direction, in terms of affection, and in terms of that fatherly, although I had it in my uncles, but I could have added more, because growing up, my worst period were those days when, unfortunately for me, I went to a lot of Ajebota schools. Although I was not an Ajebota. I went to a lot of Ajebota schools.
Yeah, right.
And fathers used to come and drop their children, and that used to get at me, Me was driver that used to take me to school. They'll drop me. There was no, okay, young man, I'll see you later. And I made sure I did a lot of that with my children, So I left Unilag. I think 2 years after I got married. I was working with my uncle. I got married. And life started. I was forced to become a man at a very, 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 very young age. Now, I got married. In about 9 months, my son came. I was working with my uncle. My money was never enough. So I said, Benga, come.
Someone said not to, but you had a driver. See,
I was fortunate to be brought up by Ajebotas. I was not an Ajebota. I was that child who we lived on Aindegiwa, we lived on Ogulano Drive. But I would go to Shika to play football. I was strict.
So you are not Ajebota by choice.
By choice, yeah. My phone. Can you see me?
No.
Well, let me try something. I just hope the noise won't be much.
Turn your car on. Let's see if it will affect the sound.
The other battery has gone off. So I was lighting myself with the second phone. Hold on. I'm actually at my friend's store.
Okay.
Maybe I can do some PR for them. Give me a chair.
If we do PR for them, they are going to give us stuff. Oh.
See, this is my bread.
This your bread?
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. Bring one bread. Is there anybody you want to give bread in Nigeria?
I want to give bread to my mom.
Okay.
A year's supply of
Okay, let's do that. Let me show you. That's my bread.
Wow, that's nice.
Oh, the first
That's
bread.
nice. Yeah. Congratulations. Yes.
Thanks, man. So, where was I? Can you see me now?
Yes.
But is there noise?
No, I think it's okay. This better? Yeah, but can you face the light?
Okay. Is this better?
That outside was much okay. We can see your face. Yes, this is better. Yeah, this is good.
Okay, so where was I?
You said that. Okay, yeah. You said that. Someone said you were not. You said life hit you, and then your parents. You wanted to be a good parent.
because
You wanted to be the parent.
once I got married, it was, I felt I'd become a man, and it didn't make sense to keep going home to my uncle, who was like my father, to tell him I'm broke today, I'm this. And my uncle would always tell me that, see, young man, there's something in you that you can do. I remember that growing up, when we were having parties at home, I'm the one that would gather all the children together, do games and all that and all that. So I started a children party entertainment outfit whilst I was still working for my uncle. My salary then was 750 naira. 750. That was my salary. And then I said, okay, you know what? Let me look for something to do. So I started a children party entertainment outfit. I used to paint my face as a clown. I would make clown costumes. I had Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Barney, and all cartoon characters. And I had one car. You want to pass? And I had one car that if that car comes to this world again, it will never come my way. Well, let me, maybe I should sit down here. This is okay.
Yes, yes. Can you put it down so that your hands are free? Is there a way to put the phone down or no?
No, I'll just hold it.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll paint my face. We'll drive to parties. And I was that guy who was always going, "Hello, children.
Hello, uncle.
If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Back. If you're..." And I did that for quite a while. And funny enough, we were making money. Well, I was making 5,000 every weekend. After I pay off my guys, I'll have like 4,000 naira left, and it was good. But then I still needed to do more. At this point, my second child came. I had no other sports that day apart from that thing. So the children came 1 year after, 2 years after themselves. So I left my
that just settled. When you said just sunk in, I'm like, it just sunk in, but we'll leave it. It's not 18.
so I started working for Chemosticated. I see you. I stopped working for my uncle and got job in an advertising firm. It was good pay. It was 3 times what I was getting paid by my uncle. I was to be the copywriter. I got the first month salary, got the second month salary. Then they called me that I was not just going to be doing copywriting anymore. I was going to be in charge of production. I was going to have to help them get clients and all that. So I started. 3rd month, no salary. 4th month, no salary. 5th month, no salary. 6th month. When I was owed 6 months salary, I told myself, young man, you got to fly. So I flew. Those were the most difficult periods of my life. I'd gotten married. I had kids. A lot of money was not coming in. My wife, okay, let me tell you about my wife is a princess. My wife had never eaten pomo till we got married. And there was one day I came back home and I told her, come, this meat is small. Why don't you add pomo to it? I said, pomo. We don't eat, I said, we eat pomo. We eat pomo. We eat pomo. So we started eating pomo. We started eating concussion rice. I took a place in Akowajo Road.
Wow.
I can never forget, number 5, Kwara bus stop. I rented a place. When it rains, it's better for you not to go to the bathroom. Just hold your soap and shower and stay anywhere in the house. Water will meet you.
Wow.
That's how bad the ceiling was leaking. So I needed to do something. I needed to do something fast. So I went back home to my uncle and told him I wanted to start a business. I was too proud to tell him I wanted to come back to work for him. So I told him I wanted to start a business. He said, what did I want to do? I told him, well, that I do children party entertainment, but I also want to start printing. Because when I was in the agency, I was the one in charge of helping them get materials printed and all that. So my uncle then was the one that developed Alade Shopping Mall. So he gave me a small 6 feet by 4 feet space to use as my office. So every morning I would leave home, go to the place, play music from the top of Alade Market. Yes, so Pomo Street, Pomo Street, Pomo Street like this, 1446.
This is 1800.
So
I will give anything for Pomo right now. It's $100 for 10 pieces. 10 like this.
when I send my staff to go and buy food for me, she will now buy chicken, buy goat meat, put one for my madam. Madam,
Abomination.
please, forget the chicken, forget the goat meat, buy for me. Did I get the money? I didn't get
Uncle
that.
Wenga, before you continue, you're telling, I want you to finish that story, but before I forget, you talked about identity. You said that when you were younger, that instead of them just whipping you anyhow, they will sit you down, which was what my dad was a professor. He will sit you down and tell you who you are. I want you to speak to that, because a lot of people are listening now, and I've heard like parents fighting. I said, this is only pencil she took. What's the big deal now? And you know, all those things. I want you to talk to parents and even young people listening, the role of identity in pursuing purpose.
See, you have to know who you are. First, before you can pass down who you are to your children, you have to know who you are. You have to stand for something. Your family must stand for something. In my family, we were that family that, maybe let me say, proud. We were proud. We were proud in a good way. We didn't want to be seen as beggars. We didn't want to be seen as ne'er-do-wells. We didn't want to be that family down the road that was not doing well. There was healthy rivalry in the family. I have an uncle who is a pilot, another who is an engineer, another who is in the US, who was in the US Army. So there was always something. I had an auntie who was the director in NYSC. I had one who was the human resources. So there was something to tell people that, see, this is not who we are. This is who we are. You need to do this with your children. Yes, spare the rod and
Spoil the child.
But see, the rod will not do it 100%. It was so bad in my family. It was so bad in my family that when they started their talk, in my mind I would be saying, whoa, beat me, beat me, beat me. Because the talk pained me more than the beating. Because they would make you feel like, guy, you have a heritage that you must protect. I remember when I started entertainment, nobody in my family wanted me to do entertainment. Nobody. The only person who listened a little was my mom, because I had my mom's mumu button. So she listened. But every other family member did not listen. In fact, 1st of January, we would have a family meeting. And for 3 years consecutively, my matter was the main agenda.
Topic.
We sent Bengade Inka to school, to the best schools in this country. And he says he wants to be Baba Salah. If he goes to Uncle Deji will give him a job. What is wrong with him? In fact, my wife was in trouble at a point, because the first was the one pushing me to be in a hurry to make money. Do you understand? But it was what I wanted to do. So they will also let you know that hard work has never killed anybody. They will tell you that our family is built on hard work. My grandfather was a train driver. That's why we were able to travel around Nigeria. One of my uncles was born in Enugu. Another of my aunts was born somewhere in the north. You know, they moved all around. So you, as parents, as elders, we have to tell, if your children know, for instance, that your family is a proud family, and you instill that in them, none of them will go towards Yahoo Yahoo. Because they made me feel like if you go and spoil the name,
our reputation, yes,
and reputation of the family, okay, not that they made me feel safe. One of my uncles told me that, see, if you go and disgrace the name of this family, we will call a press conference
and disown you
and say you are not our son, that we adopted you. Serious. That was how bad it was. And that was how bad the pressure was on me. That's why a lot of times when guys are doing things that I feel I should do too, something clicks in my mind. What you don't tell your children, they can't know. What you don't ingrain in their DNA, they cannot grow up with. The Bible is very, what's that word now? Very emphatic on this. Train your child in the way that it should go. And this is not Christianity or Islam or anything. It's the truth of life. I remember when I was growing up, some people used to walk like this.
Pose,
I don't know if you
bounce,
remember that walk.
bounce.
And me, when I was growing up, I used to bounce. You know that till tomorrow I bounce. Till tomorrow I bounce. So you are who your child, or you are who you are carved to be. Yoruba people say that àti kékeré Latin peka iroko tó bá dàgbà tán, that you cut the iroko tree, you cut the branches, because when it grows too old, you'll be asking you for sacrifices, and that the fish is easy to bend
when it's still tender.
When it's still tender. When it gets hard, when you want to bend it, you break it. So we have to be there for our children. My children, I'm sure they don't like me, but I don't care, because
they'll understand later.
I didn't like my parents too, but now I think they love me now. But growing up, they didn't like me because my uncle would tell me, I'd rather you hate me now and love me later than for you to love me now and hate me later. And that is the truth of life. So back to my story.
Back to your story. So you used to shower in the water place.
Yes,
and then
and I used to do children party entertainment. Then I met a guy called Aki Akindele.
Wow.
I used to go to MITV back in the days for children party entertainment. Every time they had Children's Day, I'll take my cartoon characters there. Fumi Farodoe, back in the days, came to me one day in Alade Market. I was the biggest children party entertainer in Ikeja in those days. And I was doing all the parties. So they came to me and wanted to do barter with us. So we went there, we entertained them, they paid us more money. Then I used to go there every evening. I met Aki Akindele, I met them, Kwame, DJ Xmas, all of them, Tony Tetrila, back in the days. And every evening we sit down at a place called Mama Uti. I knew Aki Akindele was a comedian on radio. So when he tells one joke, I'll tell him, young man, come.
Wait, is it not that Mama Uti by Star FM at the back?
God bless you, at the back. At the back.
You see, Mr. Dante.
Yes, so you don't say for this day, you know, today. So I'll tell him, tell me a joke, I'll tell you too. Tell me a joke, I'll tell you. So we'll keep throwing jokes at ourselves. That's why just keep doing what you do. Your opportunity will come. Oh, Atinuke, I wrote your _Alalade. That is my auntie.
That's my auntie. Wow.
Are you talking about Yaute? Lovely woman. She used to give me pepper soup on credit back in the day. I have to go and look for her. Say, that reminds me.
Yeah.
I should go. I should go look for her. I should go look for her. So, would I was saying that keep doing what you do.
Yeah.
Your opportunity will come.
Mm.
So Fumi Farode came to me one day and said, "Excuse me." I said, "Yeah." Said, "I'm thinking of starting a program." I said, "Okay." Wow, Atinuke Orotiwa, she's late. Oh my God!
Oh.
Please DM me. Atinuke Oro.
Alalade.
Underscore. Please DM me. I know she will still have children. DM me.
Atinuke DM is not, we'll be hearing John. John's is also my auntie. It's only Atinuke that you DM.
So, she came and said, "I'd like for you to please do something for me on my program." I said, "Program." I said, "On TV." I said, "Oh yeah, now. Who no one do TV?" And I said, "So what do you want me to do?" She said, "I'd like for you to be telling jokes." I said, "Jokes? I'm not a comedian now." Joke, wow. I don't tell that I'm not a comedian. I said, "No, that you just do what you do here on the program." So she created a segment for us. The program was called Gist Night back in the days. So Aki Akindele and I would anchor that segment, and people would call and say, "Man, you are funny, oh. You are funny, oh." Somebody said one thing one day that triggered me, triggered the Igbo man in me. He said, "Nna, you are very funny, oh." I said, "Nna, how much do you charge?" I said, "Yeah. Charge
care.
Money did this thing?" Say yes. I said, "Don't worry, call me later." I gave the person my pager number. In those days, there were
pager. I still have my pager till today. I have my pager. Yes.
Wow.
Binpe, I hope it's still there. Yes, I kept it. It's a yes.
So
wow.
So I told him to call me. Aki Akindele is still there, still doing good. I think he still has a couple of programs on Star FM. I even have to look for him too. I'm a bad person, though. I'm not looking for my friends. I have to look for Aki Akindele. I'll do that this week too. So we now started. That was how the guy paged me later. I called him. Fumi Farode was my manager. So Fumi spoke to the person. They paid. I say, "Hey." Then I said, "Okay, what is what doing at all? Is what doing well." So I started my company. I registered my company that year. I think that was 2000 I think that was 2007. I think 2003. I registered Laughter Incorporated, and I just kept doing it. It was terrible. There were days, and at the very beginning, I was doing all my shows, or practically all my shows, for free, because I wanted to build a name. My people at home didn't want me to do it. I decided I was going to do it, and there was no looking back. I wanted to build a name. I kept going and going. There are days I would not have money. There are days fuel will finish in my car. But I was still doing children party entertainments. In fact, I was the one that did Davido's first birthday party.
As in when first?
When first birthday party.
Wow.
Davido's mom was the most beautiful woman in the world.
Wow.
Auntie Carol, she fine die. I was in love with her too.
I hope Davido's daddy cannot hear this.
Davido's daddy is my uncle, so there's nothing he can do.
All right.
Call me Johnny Bay. I see you, my Indian brother and friend. Nice to have you here. So I started. You know, when I heard that song, we started from the bottom. Now we here. I started from the bottom, from way at the bottom. Let me tell you another story. There was a year I couldn't pay rent. I couldn't pay house rent. What happened? My house rent was late, but I was putting money together. So I had a gig. I collected the money, went to collect the money I had been putting together. I was driving home. Do you know where 7-Up is? Where Motorways is?
Yes.
Just by the other side, just by Ojota. I was driving home. Then I was living in Okera. Fuel finished in my car. Thieves came and robbed me. Took the money.
Wow.
My house rent. And I'd been telling my landlord, hold on, hold on, hold on. So when that day I went to him and said, I was robbed. He said, I have to move. The wahala became so much. My mother-in-law came to me one day to beg me. I won't tell you all the story, but I won't tell you that they used to put candle in front of my house. Light candle. Come and put a snail in front of my house. Me, I believe that all that thing was just to scare me. Me, I don't scare easy. But my wife was scared.
Wow.
She called her mom, and her mom came one day and begged me that we should move. So my wife and 2 kids then, my wife was heavily pregnant then, moved to my in-laws. I moved to a place on the express, but it was so far. I moved to stay with my friend Shewoloke Tui. That's why Shewa and I are very close till tomorrow. I still be Shewa for close to 1 year until I was able to put money together again to rent a place. Why am I saying this? There'll be days of little beginnings. There'll be days of tribulation. There'll be days of trial. There'll be days of hardship. It's not like those days will disappear. There are things I'm still facing now. But I thank God for where I am. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm saying this because of young people who think that you start today and you go make it. I'm an icon. I support Lakon. But people see all the 80 million and oh my God, Ogun State gave him 5 million. Oh my God. I'm sure there are days that Lakon did not have food to eat before giving the opportunity of Big Brother. I'm sure there are days he wanted to do songs with big acts and they told him to go to hell.
Yes.
Now anybody will do a song with him right now. So do not despise those days. Wherever, I don't know who I'm talking to now. Do not despise those days. Those days will come. But what should keep you going? What should keep you going is that the future is brighter, that your tomorrow is better than where you're coming from. Me, I'm an optimist to the core. If I might not have 10,000 in my account, but if I make up my mind I want to do a 10 million naira project, I'm going to start.
Hope.
People will think I'm crazy, and I think that's why I say I'm a child of grace. Every big thing I've done in my life, I've never had money to do it. But once I make up my mind that I don't also allow people push me to do things, I have to be convinced I want to do it.
Yeah.
Damoshe is here. Damoshe remembers how we started Laugh Matters in Ibadan. At the point I got tired of doing Lagos shows.
I was going to ask that because there's a theory when you go to like business schools and stuff, they'll teach you a theory that it's called the blue water concept. Is that what you're doing with Laugh?
That's okay. I call it banking the unbanked. I decided to take premium quality entertainment to places where they will ordinarily not get it. Damoshe is here. The first year we did that show, we had more people outside who wanted to get in than we had inside. We did 2 shows. They were begging us to stop the first show so that the people for the second show can come in. They were queuing up in the rain. But when I was going to do it, people said it was crazy. People said, how are you going to make money in Ibadan? But 10 years after, we've done Ibadan, we've done Abeokuta, we've done Ilorin, we've done Oshogbo, we've done Akure, we've gone round the southwest, building. When I say it's not me, we thank God that Moshe is there. One person does not build a dream.
Yeah, there's no I in team. Yeah,
it takes a whole team. So, but it's not always rosy. But always keep your eyes on the mark. People are going to say a lot of rubbish about you. People who don't know you will tell your story. People who are envious of you will say things about you that will push you down, that should discourage you. One of my favorite sayings is, losing is an encouragement to succeed. It's from MK Abiola. Then one of my favorite songs, and that's why I love that brother till tomorrow, is in the US with you now. His name is Lord of Ajasa. His song I love is Inkotoba anybody no let them say. Then somebody also said, make them young. Let them say what they want to say.
Yeah, nice.
Once your mind is made up, focus. Keep your eyes on the mark. Keep your eyes on the mark. Never, ever let anybody
distract you.
Yeah. The only person who can bring you down is you. Then when you are focused, bad days will come. When those days come, let me tell you how I deal with bad days. When bad days come, I think of the good days. And I tell myself,
it's a phase. This too shall pass. Yeah.
Tomorrow will be a better place. I will say, Buki Olusegun. If I release album, nobody go buy album.
Wow.
So for me, life is a gradual progression. My grandmother that I grew up with would say that God is not the God of one person. God is not the God of one person. If you are persistent, if you are tenacious, if you are focused, if you are determined, if you put in the work, if you don't cut corners, there's no way God will not bless you.
You won't make it.
But you see, you can't be doing bad things and telling God to bless you. Because it's only in Nigeria that I'll be sleeping with somebody's wife and I'll be saying, God, don't let the husband catch me. You understand?
They say it's here too.
The prayers we pray to God, I don't understand. I want to go and rob somebody. I'm saying, God, may they not catch me. They'll catch you now. I'm doing fraud. I'm saying, God, please don't let them catch me. Don't let them catch. They'll catch you. But once you do what is right, just leave it. It's a
seed. It's a seed. Natural laws.
I'm a Christian, but you see, there are some natural laws. There's some natural laws that, see, God is not wicked. God cannot see you doing so much, doing the right thing. I tell my colleagues who are comedians that, see, not be the day where you start, you go blow. Forget it. If you blow the day where you start, you are a special child of grace. But be careful.
You are going down soon.
Be careful. When you build gradually, when you get up there, you will appreciate the essence of hard work. You'll appreciate the essence of not falling back there. My biggest push in life is the fear of hunger. Everything I do is a hunger-inspired project. I don't want to be hungry. I don't want to be hungry. I don't want my children to be hungry. I don't want my children to be hungry. That's what pushes me. The fear of failure is my biggest fear in life. But I'm not scared of it. That's why I keep taking risks. But I know that with God on my side, we'll get to the promised land. How long is this interview, Seth?
We've gone 1 hour 13 minutes, but whenever you're ready to wrap up, what we do here is we let people see, because when they look at people like you on TV, they're like, Shebi is Uncle Gbenga, why will he not be saying Shebi is the, you know? So people generally don't like to take responsibility for what, you know.
Let me tell you how God smiled on me. And this is also very germane. I see a lot of people now, their emphasis is on money, money, money. Yes, money is good. I keep telling people that money is like a shadow. If you keep chasing money, you keep running from you. There's a point where your shadow is in front of you. If you keep chasing it, it will be chasing. But when you are faithful to your arts, money will chase you. When I left Unilag, when I was leaving Unilag, TA was entering Unilag. Oh, my matric number is 87010203. That's my matric number. 87 is the year. 01 is faculty of arts.
Oh yeah.
01 is faculty
January.
of arts.
Oh, okay.
02 is Department of English. 03 is my
Is your
personal
number.
And 87 is the year I got into Unilag. So when I was leaving, TA was coming in. When I came back from Benue and I started work and I started all this children party and I wanted to be a comedian, the closest person I knew, the only person I knew in the comedy industry, in the mainstream, Akakidele was doing comedy. But I didn't want to be, with all apologies, I didn't want to be, I don't know how to say this without being offensive.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I wanted to be mainstream. I didn't want to be sectional. That's why when I started with greeting in different languages, because I wanted to confuse people. I don't want them to know where I was from. I wanted to be a national comedian. And the only person I knew was TA. TA was entering Theatre 15 when I was leaving. And in fact, I auditioned TA. But when I decided to do comedy, I went to him and told him, I want to do this and I want to learn from you. So he said, no, Egbo. Egbo. I said, no, I'm not your Egbo. You are my boss.
Wow.
You are the one who knows the rope of what I want to do. TA was international. I saw him with Ali Baba. I saw him. So it was my closest
point of reference.
In those days when TA was doing TA Live and
Point of reference. And I
would put up posters for TA. Let me say this in Yoruba. Put up posters is tush. Amalole poster. With my car, we will carry posters. No social media in those days now. We carry posters, starch. We'll go to the island. Amale poster. We come to Allen Avenue. Amale poster. We'll do all that. I served TA. So in those days, TA would tell me, oh, Gbenga, ma fe se show kan. Wọ́n ma fe kí n ṣe show kan, but mi ní lọ, ṣé wàá lọ? I said, yes, na màá lọ. So he would send me somewhere. Gbenga, ṣé wàá lọ? Kí ló ń ṣe Saturday mi ṣe kankan? Okay, Gbenga, you know what? Help me go to do this event. I'll go there. It was while serving TA. One day he called me and said, Gbenga, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? I said, nothing. He said, will you go to Enugu? I said, yes. He said, okay, get ready, get ready. So he gave me money. I took night bus. Went to Enugu to work for Town Criers. I finished the event.
Dele Olukoju. Oh, wow.
And the Town Crier guy said, guy, who are you? Where have you been? I like your energy. I like you. You know what? Keep in touch. That guy was good man, shoulder in day. So I used to go to his office. Do you have anything for me? Nothing. Do you have anything? Nothing. I used to go. Go. Then one day, he said, you know what? I'm trying to push you for something. Can you do this? He told me. I said, yes now. Guess what that was? I don't know if I can mention brand here, but I'll say
Yeah.
it was Star Trek. It was Star Quest. Star Quest. The one that then Casey Fresh won. That was the first year. So they gave me 3 cities to do. I did the first city. The MD of Nigerian Breweries was impressed. Ah, my guy, well done, well done, well done. I did the second city, well done. I did the third city. I said, well done, I will see you for the next one. I said, no, boss, sorry. This is the last one I'm doing. He said, how? I said, no, sir, this is the last one. He said, how now? He called the brand manager and said, I want this guy to do the remaining states. The brand manager said, no, we've paid others. Said, is it your money? Let him do all the remaining states. Leave the money for the people you have paid.
Wow.
That was how I was in everybody's home every night. Then guess what? The grand finale at
Musa?
at night
Okay,
shift.
that's it. Okay.
They got somebody else to come and do the finals. My spirit was low. My spirit was low. I said, God, so this means I'm not good enough. But guess what? They said, you know what? When it's half time, when we have the break, just come and talk to these people. So I said, no, wahala. I went after we were off TV. So I went on set and I said, shine, shine, bobo. Shine, shine, bobo. Shine,
Oh,
shine,
wow.
bobo. Then the MD said, yes, that's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy. And if you know him, he was a very hyper person. That's the guy. So he came and meet me. When I came up, he said, why are you not the one doing this thing? Why are you not the one doing this thing? So, guess what happened? They started Star Trek all around Nigeria and they put me on every city. You must be ready to serve somebody. You must be ready to learn under somebody. You must be ready to work without money. That is the part a lot of people don't want to hear. A lot of people want to come in today and blow today. If you blow, you go die. So don't blow. Light up gradually. Light up gradually. Then I saw something that Moshe said. Opportunity
Meets preparation.
You must always be prepared. And you must always pray for grace. Always, always pray for grace. And that's another thing I was...
Who is the person that is playing with his horn in that corner?
Try on for the guy when he was...
You know, at some point, some people didn't know your name. They called you Shine Shine Bobo.
Yes, so... And you see, you have... Don't blow, grow. God bless you. Don't blow, grow. Light up gradually. See, one other thing you need to do, I was talking about building something to your children's DNA. If I say this, people will say it's a lie. It's a lie. It's because he has money. Money is not everything. Money will come. Money, there's no way money will not come if you are faithful to your heart. But if you concentrate on money, I'm not God, money will not come. My grandmother will tell you that hard work has never killed anybody. Let me show you something. My manager will be angry with me. Let me show you something. Hold on. Can you see? Hold on. Can you see?
Yeah, bread. Your bread.
That's bread in my car. I still deliver myself. I deliver to some places myself. This is my friend's store. On my way home, I just deliver their bread. It doesn't kill me. Somebody said, Benga didn't cut the first. How can you be delivering bread? Don't you know who you are? I said, who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I? Hard work has never killed anybody. You see, I think that one other problem we have is that we package too much.
Too much. On
We
top
package
lies.
too much.
Yes.
I need the money for the bread. Why won't I do the work for the bread? You understand? And if you are MD of your company and you sit up there, they will kill you from the bottom.
Yes.
But if you are down there with them in the pits, in the bottom of the pits, they see you as a partner in progress. You are working together. You are doing this together. They become much more, your staff become much more determined and hardworking. I have staff who close at 12 midnight. I have staff who work overnight, who don't have to. There's a particular girl that works for me. Good evening. There's a particular girl that works for me who told me, I just realized, okay, we have staff quarters in the bakery. And I realized that if I get there early, I'll see her. Me, I leave home at 6 to drive to the bakery. I get there at 6, I see her. IJ, what's happening? Said, sir, I hope you won't be angry with me. I said, why? Sometimes because we work late to slice the bread, I sleep here. So I'll be going home on Saturdays. I said, wow. Wow. So you see, you are the captain of your ship.
Leadership is by example. Yes.
It's how you drive your ship that people will drive it with you. So to anybody watching, don't be too proud to do any business. I was telling somebody that if I was abroad, I'll be doing 3-4 jobs. So why can't I do it in Nigeria? I see people abroad. I see people abroad who sweep train stations. They didn't kill anybody now, and they are making money. They are making much more money than those of us in Nigeria who tie wanting to commit suicide and think we are big boys. Convert the money to Naira. Do you understand me? So do not despise the days of little beginnings. Do not despise hard work. Do not despise work. Don't be bigger than yourself.
Conclusion, yes.
Don't be bigger than yourself, because hunger will kill you. That's what makes people do illegal business. When you package, me they don't talk me, I can't sell bread. I will not be dodging and doing yahoo. One day they will not catch me in front of SARS. Will not come and catch me and beat me like they want to kill me.
I mean, you're talking so much sense, and I think the reason why IJ is doing that is because leadership is by example. You're exemplifying what you need them to do. If they look at you, they are packing bread into your car, knowing that you could have well just say, okay, I'm going home, you guys deliver this bread.
Yeah, because do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am?
Do you know me? Have you not seen me on TV before? Do you know? Now packaging they make, they kill a Buddha monkey. It's over packaging that makes people go hungry. So people who are supposed to help you will now say, that guy is big. He's big, man. He's so big. We can't offer him this.
You can't even. And you, Uncle Benga, this thing you're saying, I called an upcoming artist. Well, he has a song and all that is not even popular.
They are the worst people in Nigeria. Once close.
He said he doesn't pick strange numbers. Hey. And I'm like, you don't pick strange numbers. So what I think this generation, you know what they do? They pick the principles from people that have arrived. They don't know that someone that like you may not pick strange numbers because you're so busy. You need to focus.
Sorry.
I know
someone
you pick.
like me, I pick strange numbers. It's those strange numbers that will bring work for me. I pick my call. The only time I don't pick my call is when I'm working and my phone is my manager. The only thing my manager does is my manager discusses fees. Sometimes, when she's being too hard on them, I tell her, Madam, try to be calming down.
Calm down.
Calm down. These are the people paying our school fees. Calm down. And this is also part of my upbringing. Ila okingajuni reelo. I will explain that in English.
Okay.
The okra plant never grows taller than the person that harvests it. The okra, Ila, Have you ever? Okay, you are Najebota. I can't know how he lies.
I'm not a Jabota, eh?
Ah, you're not
But
Najebota. You look at your face. You like just do scrubbing. You do scrubbing. Eh? You are Najebota.
no, but say let me understand. Ila Okinga Jonirelo, which means
Onire is the person who harvests it.
oh, not Onire. Okay, okay.
No matter how
Okay.
high the Ila
Oh, they
gets,
will pull it down.
they will cut you down. So you can never be richer than the people who pay you. The people who feed your family. See, if I have 100 million in my account and a client calls me and pays 2 million to add to that 100 million, that guy is my organ. But the problem we have in this industry, especially in Nigeria, is that once, and musicians, some comedians too, have started doing it. I think it's an entertainment thing in Nigeria. Once you drop one song, it blows, your shoulder suddenly is higher than your head. You don't pick calls. You
Don't pick strange
how dare you
numbers.
not pick calls? You might not do business with the person because there's a place for management. But you must pick your calls. Let me tell you something. Governor Sanwo-Olu, his number that I have 30 years ago is the number I still call him on today. Fashola, the number he uses before he became governor is the number he still uses today. Alibaba 080.
Yes. Don't say it.
He still uses that number till today.
Yes.
Not picking your call is not a sign of greatness. It's a sign of stupidity. Then you will now have a manager. You will call the manager. The manager will talk to you as if it's God's PA. Hello? Yeah. I called the artist manager, and the artist manager to ask for a date. And the artist manager told me, call me back. Let me check our diary. I said, are you all right?
Can't you
And
check
I
the
called him
diary
back,
right there?
You want? No. You are the one to call me back. You are the one that wants to collect money. Artists in Nigeria have to understand international best practices. International best practices is not by forming. It's not by forming. It's by doing what is right. Yes, you're supposed to have management, but you should be accessible. George Amangala one, I see you. I see you. My sister, I have a Zoom meeting that they will find me.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for all these nuggets you've given us. God bless you so much. And can we give your bread out to like 3 people? They'll come buy. Listen, if you want to buy, do you want to give out or you want us to buy?
Let's do 10 bread. I'll give out 10 bread.
10 loaves of bread. If you are in DM me if you're in what axis?
You have to be in Lagos.
You have to be in Lagos.
If I know where you are in Lagos, I will tell you our outlets to go and pick from. We have outlets in Ikeja. We have outlets in Magodo. We have outlets on Agidingbi, on Adeni Jones. We have in Aja. We have in Lekki Phase 1. We have yeah.
That's even enough. At least they know that's like the central. George Will, hey, we see you. So guys, I'm gonna pick 5 people. Please go. If you're in Lagos, let me know so that Uncle Benga can go and do his Zoom meeting. If you're in Lagos, let us know so that I can give you Uncle Benga, do you have to, what time is your Zoom meeting?
8 o'clock actually. And it's
So
an
it's
election
past.
night.
So it's past.
You know, it started at 8. And it's
Okay,
an election.
Okay, so let me let you go. We'll pick 5 people, or you said 10? We'll pick 10 people,
10.
and I'll send you the names. I'll send you the names.
Problem.
I'll pick 10
Send
people.
me their names, their phone numbers, and location. So I'll tell my people to call them and tell them where to pick their bread from.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you
Bookie,
so much.
I love you, Abby.
You know I love you too, Uncle Benga. Shegon, thank you
Bookie,
so
my
much.
wife from day one.
I wasn't your English teacher. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And guys, thanks so much for joining me. Thanks so much for
listening to all my rabble rousing. Bye bye.